Hi, my dear students. I am your Anusha ma'am. Good morning to you. So, today we are going to see about the topic hexagonal closed packed crystal structure in the subject engineering physics, the topic of the unit of crystal physics. Okay, really, I'm very happy to take class for you. Uh, so, for this session starting time, I would like to convey one message. So every day we are thinking about any one quote. So as like that same, today's quote: when you educate one person, you can change a life. When you educate many, you can change the world. So that's a difference. So, if you are going to give education to one particular person, that will change the life of that person. The same way, if you educate the more than one person, that is, many persons, if you like to give any education to them, automatically it will change our world. So, that's nothing but the difference between the singular and plural form, right? That is a single person, if you are giving, that will the change in life the same. If it is more than one person, if you give the education, that will change the world. So already I told you, education is the powerful weapon to change the world. So as like the same, right? Okay. So every day we are talking about any one quote regarding that education. So as per the quote, we have to give anything in any aspects to the society for getting education. Right. So okay, we will come to the point of our subject. So today we are going to see about the structure HCP structure. So in the HCP structure, this is the diagrammatic explanation. So as usual, it have the corner atoms. So already I told you, for the structure, the arrangement of atoms is very important, right? So in this case, you look at the diagram. Actually, in this diagram, two hexagon faces are there. Hexa means six. So that top face, middle face, top layer, middle layer, and the bottom layer. So if you look at the diagram, you have to understand the concept. In the top certain places, there are some atoms. So that's why we are telling that that is the top layer. In the middle, in the middle some atoms will be there. That is the middle layer. And in the last one, that is the bottom part, we are having a some atoms. So that layer is called it as bottom layer. And then corners. If you look at the top and bottom layer, some corner atoms are there. you know so these all are that corner atoms. So edges of the hexagons, there are some atoms, that is corner atoms. So in the top layer you are having a six corner atoms, and in the bottom layer you are having the six corner atoms. So I will show the corners. You look at this. So this is top face hexagon atoms, corner atoms, and this one is the bottom face hexagon corner atoms. And in the center base, top base, there is one atom. Bottom base, there is one atom. And if you look at this red color, that is the middle layer atoms, three middle layer atoms. So 12 corner, top base 6, bottom base of hexagon 6, and in the middle layer 3. Okay, and look at the picture. So this is the good explanation for the hexagonal arrangements. You know, so if you look at that, this is top layer, this is bottom layer, this is uh, sorry, sorry. This one is top layer, this one is middle layer, and this one is bottom layer. So 3 layers. Okay, and see, look at the picture, it will shows like that. But here this is one unit cell, bottom layer, top layer, middle layer, and this is the repetition of the unit cells. In the this is bottom layer of this part, and this top layer, this is middle layer, as like that. This next one, this is a bottom layer, and this one is the top layer, and this is the middle layer, right? So this is like bricks in the construction of building. So if you want to build any building, you need a basic brick, so that brick is the unit cell. Okay, so as like that, this part, these bricks forms the bottom layer, these bricks forms the top layer, and these bricks forms the middle layer. This is one brick. You have to imagine, this one brick is made up of this kind of atoms, right? Okay, anyway, you don't confuse yourself. This is for many unit cells, and this is for one particular unit cell. Okay, right. See, this is the hexagon arrangement will be like this, so for that, here hexagon face you have to draw like this. Okay, right. And in the next, we have to see the next one, number of atoms. First we have to find for the number of atoms, corner atoms, totally 12 corners are there, no, 12 into 12 corners are there. So 12 into 1 by 6, that means what is that, 12 corner atoms, and every corner atom is shared by 6 unit cells. That is, you have to imagine yourself, one fruit is cutted as 6 parts, 6 pieces. As like that, you have to imagine 1 by 6 into 12, the result is 2. Same way, number of base atoms, number of base atoms, that means center of the hexagons, top base 1 center atom, bottom base 1 center atom. So that is 2 into, it is shared by 2 unit cells. So you have to write it as 1 by 2, right? So 2 into 1 by 2, the result is 1. Okay, this is the variation. So totally in the middle layer we are having a 3 atoms. So what is the answer of this? Corner provides 2, base provides 1, and the center middle layer provides 3. So totally 2 plus 1 plus 3, the answer is, what is it, 6. Answer is 6. Okay, right. And in the next, this is the part, this is one, here you have to look at that. This is top layer, this is bottom layer hexagon, this is middle layer atoms. Okay, so as usual the same, uh, uh, previously we have determined, that is 2 corner atoms, and one base atom provision, and middle layer 3 atoms. Okay, so totally 6 atoms. Okay, right. And in the next, coordination number, already you know that coordination number means, what is it? How many number of atoms directly surrounding one particular atom? How many number of atoms directly surrounding one particular atom? So you just see the one. In this case, you look at this x, this is one particular atom. This is surrounded by 6 hexagon phase. 1 2 3 4 5 6. And in the top of the part you have a 3 middle layer atoms, and in the bottom of this you have a 3 middle layer atoms. You have to imagine this is one unit cell, and this is another one unit cell. So if you look like this, then you can get this 6 plus 3 plus 3, totally what is it? 12. Totally 12. Okay, right. And the next, atomic radius. Atomic radius, right? So you all know that if two atoms directly contact with each other, the half of the distance is noted as atomic radius, right? So that is atomic radius. See, look at the picture here. You have to look at this. This is one atom and this is another atom, right? These two atoms contact with one another, touch with one another, and the center to center distance, that is A. That is A. So A is equal to, what is that? 2R. A is equal to 2R. So R we need, that R is equal to, what is that? A by 2. A by 2. So here what is the point? Two atoms contact with each other, in its half of the distance is noted as atomic radius. So R is equal to, what is that? A by 2. R is equal to A by 2. Okay, right. And in the next, next one is the C by A ratio. In before that, all the topics we have covered only what is it? Number of atoms, atomic radius, and third one, what is it? Third one is the coordination number, and the fourth one is the, what is it? Last as the APF, atomic packing factor. These four only we need it. But for here, uh, in the HCP structure only, we are studying C by A ratio, and one more important point is C by A ratio. What do you mean by that? C is nothing but the height of the unit cell. C is nothing but height of the unit cell. See, already I told you, but we have a top layer, middle layer, and bottom layer. The distance between the atoms in the top layer to bottom layer, we call it as height of the unit cell. So that's a C. And A means that's the distance between two neighboring atoms, nearest atoms, neighboring atoms. Okay, so that is A. So look at the picture, it will be clear for you, easy to understand. Okay, so in this case, this one is the diagram for bottom layer of HCP. You just imagine yourself, this is one layer, the bottom layer, and in this bottom layer we are going to give name for the specification of position of the atoms. This is A, here you have to mark, here you have to mark B, and this one is the origin, this one is the origin, this one is the origin. And here in the AB, so we are having the triangle ABO, no? So the ABO is the equilateral triangle. So for that, inside of that we marked as 60 degree, 60 degree, 60 degree. So addition of all the angles will give a 180 degree, no? So that's the equilateral triangle, 60 degree in all the uh, places. And we are going to enlarge the same ABO triangle, So here, this is the one. You have to mark the triangle position is A, this is B, this is O, right? And in that triangle, from A to BO, you have to draw one perpendicular that is marked as Y. Okay, same way, from the O, you have to draw one perpendicular that is marked as O prime. Okay, so here we have to draw the perpendicular line which joins the point of Y, and from O you join a perpendicular line which gives the point of O prime, right? Okay, in the middle of that, both the perpendicular lines joins in the X. So from the X, above the height of C by 2, the atoms will be started. So from the point of X to above the distance of C by 2, we are having the position C. So this is marked as, this triangle is marked, this triangular part marked as C. Okay, in between X and C is C by 2. And bottom layer of HCP, this is bottom layer of HCP, this is triangle ABO. Okay, wait, this is triangle ABO, and another one triangle, what is it, AXC. Okay, we are going to look at the C by A ratio. Before starting that, first we have to take the triangle AXC. So in the triangle AXC, as per the Pythagoras theorem, you have to write the one side, that is AC, AXC. AC square is equal to AX square plus XC square. We can write like this. AC square means what is that? That's a one side, the distance is not noted as A. So A square plus, we don't know about the AX square, so the question mark, plus XC square means what is that? C by 2. The distance is C by 2. XC square is C by 2, the whole square. So we want, what is that? AX. You mark this is equation number 1, and we want, what is it? AX, so that there is a question mark. And in the next another one triangle is there, triangle ABY. ABY. If you look at the triangle, you can understand ABY. ABY. A. See, this is A, this is B, this is Y. ABY. So in the triangle ABY, we are going to use that theorem. For that, what we'll get? We have to get it as, what is the point here? You have to consider this. So AB, AY, BY, 3 sides are there. So we are going to look at that. In the AX, first we have to see the point AX. Look at this. So this is very important. AXY, you see that this X cutted as 2 by 3rd position of AY. So you have to write this AX as 2 by 3 AY. This is very important. We have to think ourselves as this X is cutted as 2/3 position of AY. This AX is cutted as 2 by 3rd of position of AY. Okay, right. So for that, we are going to use this one. In the triangle ABY, AX equal to 2 by 3 of AY. We need AY now. What how to find out that ay mark, that is equation number 2. Ay is we have to find. So for that cos 30 degree, you have to take cos 30 degree in the triangle ABY. Cos 30 degree formula is, what is it? Adjacent side by hypotenuse. The adjacent side is AY, hypotenuse is AB. So the result is root cos 30 degree value root 3 by 2, which is equal to AY by AB value already you know that, small a. So if you find AY is equal to A into root 3 by 2, that is equation number 3. Then we have to find this AX, already we know the AY, so substitute AY in the equation number 2. You get AX equal to 2 by 3 into AY, substitute and get the result AX equal to, what is it? A by root 3. So root 3 cancelled, so you are getting only AX equal to A by root 3. 2 also cancelled here. Next we have to find the what C by A ratio. So already we found out AX and AY. Now we can substitute that AX and AX in the first equation. So you get A square is equal to, in the place of AX you write A by root 3 the whole square, plus already we written as C by 2 the whole square. So in this equation we are just substituted only the AX. So as the final one, A square is equal to A square by A square is equal to bracket of A by root 3 square will be written as A square by 3 plus C square by 4. So the final result is what? A square So the final result is A square is equal to A square by 3 plus C square by 4. And here we have to conclude C square in one side and A square in one side. So this one comes to the left hand side. So you are having A square minus A square by 3 is equal to C square by 4. Now take the LCM 3 and rearrange it. So you have to multiply 3 in the numerator. 3A square minus A square is equal to A square by 3 is equal to C square by 4. So the result is 2A square by 3 is equal to C square by 4. So as the final, we need a C by A ratio. So this A square will comes to a denominator, this part. So C square by A square is equal to, what is it? This 4 comes to numerator of left hand side. So it will be 8 by 3. So C by A means take square root in both top and bottom. So you get square root of 8 by 3. The result is, what is it? 1.633. So this is C by A ratio. And in the next C by A ratio, the result is what is the C by A square root of 8 by 3. So A by C means reciprocal, right? That is square root of 3 by 8. Any one of that you have to remember. C by A is equal to, we can write 1.633 or we can write square root of 8 by square root of 3, whatever may be that. Okay. And the next one, atomic packing factor, APF, we have to find. So that APF is equal to, general formula is numerator V, small v by capital V, small v by capital V. What is it, small v? Small v is nothing but number of atoms per unit cell into volume of one atom divided by capital V means volume of the unit cell, volume of the unit cell. Now we have to find the numerator, small v. We have to find the numerator, small v. So small v is equal to, what is that? Number of atoms 6 into volume of one atom, formula 4 by 3 pi r cube. So here 4 by 3 pi r cube value substitute as A by 2 the whole cube and cancel that. You are getting, what is it? Cancelling these terms, you are getting the pi by A cube. 3 and 6 number cancelling as this one, and 8 will be cancelled as like this. So you have to look at the picture, you can understand. And find V, capital V. We have to find the capital V. General formula for capital V, For the cubic it will be easy, simply you can write it as a cube, but here this is the HCP, so this is a formula which we have to maintain in this volume of the unit cell, HCP unit cell. So write area of the base of the hexagon, that means bottom layer hexagon, the area of the bottom or a top, any other thing, but here we have to imagine as area of the base of hexagon, that means bottom layer hexagon area into height of the hexagon. So height already you know that top and bottom height is C, so if you know the area of the base and the height of the hexagon, you can find a V. So that's the thing here. And next, area of the base of the hexagon will be written as 6 into area of triangle ABO. Why we have to write like this? So if you look at the picture, you can understand in the bottom we are having a 6 triangles. That 6 triangles only form the bottom layer. So for that, as usual, I already told you that 6 is nothing but, you just imagine, see, this is the hexagon, means it will be 6 triangles, 1 2 3 4 5 6, so totally 6 triangles, this is one bottom layer. In this bottom layer we need a 6 into area of the ABO. ABO already you know that the triangle ABO, so if you know any one triangle and multiply with the 6 triangle, multiply with the 6, you can get the whole area into the C. And next step, 6 into you have to find area of the triangle ABO. If you want the triangle area, you need area of the base into height. 1 by 2 into area of the base into height. Area of the base is noted as BO and height is AY, because we join a line, perpendicular line AY, that is height. BO is the base. So 6 into the BO value 1 by 2, 6 into 1 by 2 into BO value is A, distance is A. Height AY already we found it in the previous equation, that is A root 3 by 2 and C value. Then finally you can get the next step as, what is it, this one. So if you cancel these terms, you can get the V is equal to, capital V is equal to 3 root 3 A square C by 2. Now you know the formulas. Okay, small v by capital V, APF is small v by capital V. Small v is pi A cube. Capital V, just now we found 3 root 3 A square C by 2. And if you write this, you can cancel certain terms and you can get pi by 3 root 2. This is the cancelling of term explanations. You can get this. And in the final, you have the APF is equal to 0.74. Pi by 3 root 2. Pi value 3.14 and root 2 value 1.414. Substitute that, get the result 0.74. APF percentage is 0.74. And the next, atomic packing factor. Final answer is 74% of HCP is occupied by atoms. Remaining 26 is fully empty or vacant space. So that's the thing here. So only 74% is occupied by atoms. Okay, only 74%. Remaining 26% is fully vacant or empty space. Okay, that's the final conclusion. This is okay. And this is the comparison between all the structures. So I already told you, in all the structures, characteristics, what are the characteristics we have to find? 4 characteristics are important: atoms per unit cell, coordination number, atomic radius, atomic packing factor. And packing density, packing density factor means you have to write it as this points, dot points. And for the packing density, you have to write it as what is that, percentage. And example for all the structures. So SC structure, BCC structure, FCC structure having this kind of characteristics. For HCP, just now we found HCP have a 6 atoms per unit cell, and it have a 12 coordination number, and it have a by 2 atomic radius, and its packing factor is 0.74, and its density is 74 percentage. Example is magnesium, and what is that, cobalt, right? So these all are the example for this. Okay, write answers in the comment section below the video. Students, kindly be write the answers of this question in the comment section of the below of the video. So please kindly write it. This is second question. Kindly write answers in the comment section of my channel video. Right answers in the same, the third one. This is the work which I assigned to you, so kindly do these answers in the comment section, then only I can understand whether you understood or not. Thank you so much. Thank you.